Someone once told me if it's not moving, you could probably stitch on it. So I took that to heart. I do a lot of summer fire pits, and so I decided it'd be fun to embroider some camping chairs. But guys, remember, placement matters. It's Megan at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, and sometimes for So Fun Filming, you come up with crazy ideas. So, as I said, in the summertime, my husband and I, we love to do a lot of fire pits around the fire, and I thought since the chairs are fabric that we use around those fire pits, it'd be really fun to stitch on them. So I got really excited and stitched the wrong part of the chair. So, I did, in fact, fix it and stitched the right one. So I'm going to show you guys how you don't accidentally put it in the wrong spot when you do this at home, because it's really a fun, easy project, and I never would have thought to use one of these chairs as a blank. So I have an empty chair here. I'll show you how we hoop it and get it ready to go. Okay, so on these chairs, there's usually just 2 or 4 screws on this chair. So I've already undone it. I'm not that magic. And I'm going to take them out of there. Whoop. And then you can just slide this right off the chair. So what that does is it gets that frame away, so you don't have to have a 10 needle to do that. Right now I'm using the Bernina 790 Pro, which is a cool machine because I don't need to unstitch anything necessarily, but the chair is still really awkward, so taking off really helps with that. Okay, now that I have it apart, what you'll notice is that it's got a little bit of an hourglass shape. The hourglass is going to be your top part. The flat part is the bottom. So don't make the mistake I did. Make sure you do it on the hourglass part. And what I suggest doing is folding it in half, kind of finger creasing it, and then using a marking tool to mark that finger crease so that you know where your top center is going to be. If you really care about placement, you can make that second crosshair. For me, I knew I wanted it pretty close to the top and called it good. I'm going to move this aside to show you guys how we hooped too. So, when I hooped my hoop, I figured it's a camping chair. I don't really need stabilizer to be hanging out back there. I don't want it to look really ugly on the back, but I used a bobbin thread that matched my chair. But as we were getting set up, my videographer mentioned to me, which is a brilliant idea, you can make a pocket for the back of the chair. So you can make a pocket where you put a monogram or dad's chair or whatever you want back there so that you have somewhere to put like your grilling tools, the book you're reading, or whatever fun fire pit games you do. Just an idea. I didn't do that, but I will in the future. So what I have hooped right now is a layer of regular wash-away stabilizer and a layer of sticky wash-away stabilizer. Hooping a chair is going to be really difficult, so I always figure if I can use sticky stabilizer, I'm going to use it. So I did. With that, you just kind of score it, so then you can peel the pieces off. If you have longer nails than me, it's probably easier. There we go. It's also really satisfying. All right, there we go. And then what I can do is I can take my chair and then remember the way you want to put it in the machine. For this hoop, my connection is over here. So I probably want the chair, the butt of the chair to be towards me so that it's not bunched up in the middle of the machine, risking for me to get over it. So I'm going to lay it up so that the flat piece is going towards the machine. There's a couple Janome machines where you might do it opposite, but for most embroidery machines, that's going to be the case. Most hoops have a center marking on here, so I'm going to line up my marking with that, and then I'm going to smooth the chair over. Now, you might think you want to press this down so that it's not all wrinkled and everything. My chairs were very stubborn, so believe it or not, I did already press it. However, you'll notice as I smooth it onto the sticky stabilizer, a lot of those bubbles go away. So just kind of use your hands and smooth it out, and you'll be pretty good. Because remember, they end up into that little container anyway, so it's going to be a little wrinkly, but the stitch itself will be beautiful. And I'm using 2 layers of stabilizer because I've got that amount of stitches going on. So now I'm hooped and I know that I'm centered and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go put this in the machine. Okay, so now we're hooped and we brought it over the machine. So you're gonna slide it underneath your needle, and then the bottom part of the chair, you're gonna kind of swing over to your embroidery arm area. You're gonna look around and hook it into the machine. Some machines they slide in, this one it kind of clips in, and then I kind of re-smooth it out. Now on them, they've got these fun little arms that wave at you while it's embroidering. Make sure it doesn't get caught up here. That's another disaster. Don't do that. Make sure that they're waving on the side of the machine. And then from here, you're pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna let her think for a second. The last recommendation that I suggest doing is making sure you do a basting stitch. So a basting stitch is a really big, wide stitch that's really easy to tear out at the beginning. Good morning, Bernina. But on several machines, there's just one little button that you have to push, and it will add the basting stitch around it to hold everything into place, so that the weight of this isn't dragging it off the chair. I hope that you guys try this experiment at home, and I hope yours ends up as beautiful as this one, because it's really fun. The stitch out on this is going to take me about an hour, so I don't want to sit here and film it for you guys, but I think it's going to be really fun, and you will see it at So Fun Filming. So if you haven't seen Sew and Tell for June, go check it out because the chair will be there. Thanks so much for joining me, guys, and let me know how sewing your own camping chair goes. Hey guys, here at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, we always like to make sewing fun start here. And so we appreciate you watching this video. If you want to see more like it, check out this playlist. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you know what is happening here. So we'll see you guys next time.